Hey everybody, it's Captain Kyle and I have this 3-pack. It is the Transformers Rise of the Beasts Buzzworthy Bumblebee Jungle Mission 3-pack. That's a friggin' long name. But it's got Cheetor, it's got Nightbird, and it's got Wheeljack in this 3-pack, which is exclusive at Target, I believe. Though, you know, you can probably also find it on eBay. But yes, this is an interesting set. I'm gonna go through each figure and give you my opinion. You're gonna make your opinions. We're gonna all have opinions because that's how the world works. But it's cool. Be right back. All right, so I haven't busted these guys out of their plastic-free prison. The packaging looks nice. You got a Rise of the Beasts Cheetor Nightbird, who I thought was a non-transforming robot made in Japan, who could kick Autobot ass for some reason, you know. And you have Wheeljack, which changes into like a van, almost looks like an old, well, you can see on the back here, they're alt modes. Almost looks like a Volkswagen bus, which is interesting because Wheeljack has generally been a race car for most of his iterations. But this is movie stuff. I'm not really a big fan of the Bayverse Transformers, but this looks like a cool set. It doesn't look too bad. We're gonna break it out and have fun with it. So, surgically cutting right here. That was easy. And there you go. We have instructions. We have this shitty piece of paper. So these instructions are for Nightbird. There's another instruction book for Cheetor. Cheetor! Come on, big bot. And then there's the Wheeljack instructions. So 3 different instructions. Get rid of that box. Here they are in their non-plastic prison with drugs. You know, gonna have to confiscate those things. So let's get them out along with their little tissue paper packages. I'm assuming that by the location it corresponds to the bot in question. These are plastic. This is not fully plastic-free packaging. They are actually held in by plastic. It's gonna make this much easier and messier. The paper strings generally have a tendency to be a little bit more difficult to cut. Plastic snaps right through, but then I end up with a whole bunch of these little plastic shits all over my table. But that's why I added the garbage can. All right, let's take a look at these bots. I'm gonna set them up right here. We got Bumblebee, sorry, it's Buzzworthy Bumblebee. That's Cheetor, who's kind of like Bumblebee. We've got Nightbird, and we've got Wheeljack. And let's see what they come with. So Cheetor comes with a tail weapon, a gun, that's kind of reminiscent of the Beast Wars one, and no cocaine. This should be Nightbird's. And Nightbird has a sword and these claw things, which I assume hooked together. So you can kind of go Wolverine on your ass. I'm assuming because Nightbird was a female in the original comic, or rather original cartoon, I don't know what I'm saying today, that this is also a female. I could be wrong. And Wheeljack comes with this little thing invented on Cybertron. I have no idea if the Wheeljack in the movie is gonna be anything like the one from G1. Hey, Nightbird, what are you doing? That's what happens when you bang the table. Shut up, Logan. And he's got a gun, or an immobilizer. So there they are in their various robot modes. Let's put these 2 guys aside. We'll take a look at Cheetor first. Cheetor, maximize. I wonder if they're gonna use that in the thing, if they're gonna say maximize, or probably not, I'm guessing. He can kind of almost do a full Jean-Claude Van Damme. Bends at the knee, swivels, because there's a swivel here at the knee. It's a little stiff. But it bends, he can kick forward. Back is kind of hindered by his butt plate. No ankle swivels. Oh wait, I am sitting down corrected. There is a ankle swivel, so that's kind of cool. He does actually bend twist at the waist. I'm actually surprised. I was not expecting that, but it's not full motion because in this mode, some of this is like interfering, but he does twist. Arms, bend at the elbow, swivels, goes all the way around at the shoulder on both. The fists themselves actually twist, so that's a nice bit of articulation. You could be like, what you do in my neighborhood, Megatron? Yeah, I was never a big fan of holding a gun like that. I see it was in movies. I imagine some people did it in real life, but it's really not the best way to hold a gun. I'm not a gun expert, but I know that much. He's got this whip metal tipped thing, you know, for when he wants to be a dominatrix. And his head does turn, not a huge surprise. Modern Transformers. He can look way up. He can kind of look a little bit down, but not bad. All right, Cheetor. it's a pretty cool version of the character. I mean, I'm not sure how he looks compared to, I mean, I've seen the trailers, but I don't remember exactly what he looks like. So we'll see when the movie comes out. All right, Nightbird. Again, she has this wonderful sword, this little claw thing. Her legs, well, you can get her into a full toes up Jean-Claude Van Damme position, which is good because she's like a ninja. Not that Jean-Claude Van Damme is, he's, you know, he is a martial artist of some skill, and I'm not going to challenge him to a fight, but he is no ninja. Just moving them straight out to the side, you get some interference with the kibble on the legs, but you can go do a pretty high front kick. The back, you get jammed up a little bit. She's got these toes, and these toes kind of concerning because she can stand with them closed, or if you put them out, I imagine she can stand with those there. So it's almost like she has high heels in this, but she's also a roller derbyist because she's got wheels on the bottom. Now, there is an ankle swivel. It's like way up here, so, and I don't know if it's also part of the transformation, but she can really have a wide stance if she so chooses. That's kind of nice. She does twist at the waist, but again, there's a lot of kibble in the way, so she could probably go all the way around, but you got to kind of move she can, you kind of got to move the kibble out of the way. The arms, you can actually kind of shrug with them, so she can put up her shoulders, and down her shoulders, and the arms swivel, bend at the elbow. The fists don't seem to twist, so that's all right. She's got plenty of articulation. She can move in all kinds of directions with her arms, and she can slash your face with her Wolverine claw. The head turns. The head is it's got the mask, if you look closely, it's got the mask. It looks like the original cartoon version of Nightbird, but the other parts kind of make it look like she was redesigned by Scorponok from the Beast Wars. Enter the Nightbird. Now, she also has these covers, swivels on her shoulders that you can put up. I'm not even sure if you're supposed to. The box is inconclusive, but they're kind of an additional added feature, I guess. Probably part of the transformation, but you can put these shoulder things up. Not a bad figure, pretty posable, and transforms unlike the cartoon version. But I wonder if Nightbird is going to be in the movie or just was an excuse to for Hasbro to release another figure. Definitely has a little bit of a jazz, prowl, blue streak vibe with the bumper in the front there. We will look at their alternate modes, but let's take a look at Wheeljack. Wheeljack has these goggles like he's a scientist, so they got that part right, I guess. There are no tech specs on the box. I imagine if I scan something, I can learn more, but let's check him out. He can do just about a full Jean-Claude Van Damme toes up. So he's got that going for him. He's got these wheels, so I guess if he falls on his butt, he can roll a little bit. Bends at the knee, swings forward and back, He's got, because of the ball joint, he has a bit of an ankle swivel. It's not a huge one. The legs do not have a swivel on them, so that's a little disappointing. But he seems like a very solid figure. He does twist at the waist like we did last summer. Yeah. Okay, I'm not gonna sing anymore. Yeah, I'm probably lying. Not in this video, another one. Bends at the elbow, you know, solid 90-degree bend, doesn't go backwards. There is a swivel in the arm, the shoulder. You can kind of go all the way around, except he's got these Wheeljackian wings way back here that kind of get in the way. You can kind of move them back, and you can kind of, yeah, you can bring it all the way around because the wings move back a little bit. Here's the back view on him, and the head turns. So I didn't really show the back views on the others, so I'm gonna just quickly show all the back views at once because I'm trying to be efficient. I mean, they all have some kind of kibble. I think Wheeljack looks the best in the back. You can see the cheetah arms on Cheetor and just these plates that become part of the car. When I took it out, it was like that, which I guess could be for modesty, but Nightbird, what are you doing? You're supposed to be so graceful. Yes, I talk to my Transformers sometimes. When they start talking back, put me away. So, and now I'm knocking them over. So that's the backs. They all look pretty cool. Not bad figures. Let's put Cheetor into his beast mode. Are they gonna call it that? I have so many questions about Rise of the Beasts. Now apparently he transforms with a total of 21 steps. Though one of those steps is apparently taking this gun and flipping the barrel back so it becomes smaller and attaching it to him. So let's see here. All right, so there he is in beast mode. So I'm just straightening out his regular feet in there. It's definitely an interesting transformation. It says 21 steps. Two of those steps, one is folding the gun and the other is plugging it in inside. So gun storage is pretty cool. Let's take a look at this guy. His mouth is open. He can bite you. Front legs can move back and forth and around, and he can bend at the elbow. The paws themselves don't have joints, so I mean, with most of these beasts, you can't really do too much as far as posing. A little bit maybe. The back legs, you can kind of move them from up near the tail, and you can definitely move the back paw. It's got a little joint here. It doesn't twist really much at all. If you do, you pop the arms out of their little posts, and that's not something you want to do, so you don't really want to twist. The tail is interesting because it's his weapon, so the second weapon storage, and you can flip up this, and he's got a nice little blade or something like that. So if someone tries to come at him from behind, yes, you sick pervs, I did say that, he can stab him right in the penis, or the dick, however you want to call it. But pretty cool looking version of Cheetor. I don't know how close he'll be to the actual Rise of the Beasts version. Probably not that close. He looks closer to the Beast Wars stuff. And he does have a Maximal symbol on his head. It's kind of visible, you know, on his chest when he's in robot mode, but it's still on his head when he's in beast mode. So overall, pretty cool. Nice version of Cheetor. I kind of like it. Transforms differently than the other ones. So there you go, a new Cheetor. New for a new generation. All right, here is Nightbird in her vehicle mode. And I have to say the transformation was pretty complex. I was not expecting it to be as complex as it was. And it's very exacting. You gotta kind of pop things into their exact spots. But what's really neat is the weapon storage. So the Wolverine claw type thing actually splits in twain. That means two. And you pop it on the back, and then you use the sword as the spoiler. So it's kind of a neat thing. It's open weapon storage, but it's not as obvious that this is actually a weapon. So that's kind of cool. Rolling, I mean, doesn't roll that well on a smooth surface. You can kind of roll it on a more textured surface, like a tablecloth or a thin rug or something like that. But I do have to say more and more with the Transformers, the wheels, even though it's a car, the wheels are not all that functional. Now, if you look at the bottom, you can actually see the face. So that's kind of a giveaway. These flaps here, again, I'm not sure what they're for, but they are, you can flip them, but you don't want to, because that does not help unless you're like changing the oil, changing tire, or something like that. But it's a cool looking sports car. I like it. It looks like it has a button here to do something, but it doesn't do anything. But cool. If you're gonna have an alt mode for a robot that never had an alt mode in the G1 and kicked a lot of Autobot ass, this would be it. Pretty cool. Though there are some motorcycle versions, third-party stuff out there, and RC type repaints. All right, Wheeljack. Again, interesting choice. He's actually a TV Pueblo van, so I imagine a news van, and I imagine that Rise of the Beasts takes place at least somewhat in South America, and so he is a local news van. And the gun storage right here, it actually could be interpreted as an antenna uplink type thing, so it's not as obvious that it's a gun, but if you turn it around, now he's in business. But it's supposed to go on that way, according to the instructions. Very clever transformation. I was not expecting it to be quite so exacting. You do need to be very exact with where you put things. And again, rolling sucks, except on a textured surface, which is actually, it rolls better than the sports car. But otherwise, it's sliding around on a smooth surface. You can get the same speed sliding it sideways as you can with the wheels. Again, it's really weird, Wheeljack not being a race car, but it's a neat looking kind of Volkswagen-ish bus type van. And this is an interesting part where you have these guards. I don't know what the guards are for, if that's actually something that actual vans have, but it is a cool little van. So I like the decor, the tinted blue windows. So for a TV van, now I'm hoping that, you know, later on he becomes a sports car. That'd be nice. Thing about Rise of the Beasts, this is just a quick aside. A lot of people are like, oh, Mirage is in it, and he's taken Jazz's form. Well, Jazz is supposed to take place in the 90s. Jazz would still be alive, so he could be a Porsche too. But anyway, these are the 3 of our Jungle Mission 3-pack from Transformers Rise of the Beasts Buzzworthy Bumblebee. It's just a lot to say. All are very cool Transformers. I actually like this Cheetor better than the one that came in the 3-pack with Bumblebee and Optimus. That Buzzworthy 3-pack, this is much better, much more complex Transformers than those. Those were basically, just previously done Cyberverse things that they repackaged. These appear to be brand new molds, so I definitely recommend it. Check out your local Target. You should be able to find them there. I'll also put a link to eBay and any other retailers that have these. I have not spotted it on Hasbro Pulse, but I'll see what I can find and put links below. But I think it was like 55 bucks or something, or 50 bucks for the 3-pack, which these are kind of deluxe size, kind of deluxe vehicles. So, that's like $60 to $75 normally. So it's a bit of a deal. And yeah, I'm still have my doubts about the whole Bayverse movie thing. As I think I mentioned before, I'm not a big fan of the Bayverse toys, but I don't know that these are actually going to be represented in the movie. And they don't have the same Bayverse, I have to be an ugly, disgusting looking robot that doesn't have any type of appeal. Okay, some of them are okay, but most of them are just like, can you make them look any weirder? So while you are mulling over this 3-pack, why don't you check out this video over here, which is a 3-pack that has a different Cheetor and Bumblebee and Optimus. Yeah, hope you enjoyed this video. We'll see you next time. As always, have fun. Good hunting.